Tales of the Other Side may contain explicit language, violence, body horror, and other gruesome descriptions. Listener discretion is advised. Hey everybody, welcome back to Tales of the Other Side, an actual play Call of Cthulhu podcast about three strangers in the late 1920s who find themselves bound by cosmic fate to face waking nightmares unlike anything they could have imagined. My name is Matthew, I am the keeper for this story. I've got a fun fact for you today about a creature that has been encountered so far in our adventure. The clinging horror that they fought in the old lumber mill in our last episode was actually the first creature that I created for Tales of the Other Side, and was actually the thing that kind of jump-started my interest in doing a Call of Cthulhu campaign.
Hey everybody, I'm Nathan, and I play Jonah Thorogood, an investigative journalist from Cedar Falls. And I know today we're kind of doing fun facts for all of our characters. And today, because this is the first episode that we're going to do this, Jonah, while he's been in Cedar Falls, has been writing down all this information in his notebook. And he is in the process of writing down newspaper articles to publish and shit like that. So this episode, once we get through these introductions, we'll have a cool little intro that Jonah has put together.
Hi, I'm Nick, and I play Archibald Bauer, a professor of anthropology from Boston. And my fun fact is, when Archibald was in high school, he loved playing backgammon. One of his favorite activities was going down to the local tavern and not going in, of course, but outside the tavern, there would always be people playing backgammon and other sorts of games. But he was quite the menace on the backgammon boards.
He's such a nerd. I love him. Everything I learn about this guy makes me love him more and more.
Hey everybody, I'm Noah. I play Adam Whitlock, a archaeologist. And my fun fact for today is that when Virgil, Adam's son, was really, really little, his favorite thing to do would be to make Adam follow him out into the Wyoming wilderness and just dig a hole all day.
Did they ever find anything when they were digging? Anything cool?
Yeah. Some those little spearheads.
I imagine Virgil's he's like, I want to be like Daddy. Digging in the dirt.
Yep, that's exactly it.
That's so cute. Oh my god. I really hope Adam doesn't die.
Now, why would you say that? I hope Virgil doesn't die.
Nobody's gonna die. Nobody's gonna die, guys.
Nobody dies the rest of the campaign. You are all perfectly safe.
Maybe someone could die.
This is Chapter 9, Radiohead.
Cedar Falls reports, credited from the notes and knowledge of Jonah Thorogood. Dark days in Cedar Falls. Tragedy, terror, and a town on edge. Residents of Cedar Falls are under duress. Freak accidents and troubling events have occurred that have caused undue stress for the town's fine citizens. After the shocking residential blaze of the beloved town reporter's home, and the survivors of the recent train car explosion undergoing a sudden 9-day sleep, people are beginning to question the integrity of Cedar Falls. The upper echelon of the town also appears to be affected by the town's strange occurrences, as even Loretta Preston and her son Henry have not been seen outside of their home for days. Could this be another bout of grieving by the young widow, or something more sinister? Could this also be connected to the violent and seemingly random events at our town's library? In other news, the weather has seemingly been teasing an early and brutal winter, with snow piling quickly with no end in sight. Folk wishing to travel should heed forecast reports and expect delays. Addendum Personal Log. The events that surround my companions and I have seemingly gotten stranger and more dangerous as we go along. Our investigation of the mill and farmhouse outside of town garnered evidence of things that I originally had no idea Cedar Falls was inclined to hold. We discovered that former townsfolk threw themselves into the lake at the behest of Mary Hill and Jane Collins, after a series of tragic events occurred to the couple. The developments we have made in informing ourselves of this cult have put us in more monstrous circumstances and at odds with even more monstrous creatures. Archibald was clearly shaken after his near-death encounter with the winged creature at the mill, and had Adam and I not stepped in to assist, I fear our current circumstances may have looked very different. Still, the future of Cedar Falls and our investigation looks uncertain. Actions myself and others have made have strained our relationships, and I worry we may not come together as we need to if the worst comes to worst. But I will do what I have to protect those I care about. But frankly, I'm not sure we can hope to succeed in stopping whatever is to come without us being unified. I can only hope for the best and pray that our new findings will lead us to success.
You stand in the cellar, directly in front of some strange mechanical contraption that houses the severed head of a very deceased-looking man whose brain protrudes from the top of his skull, slowly pulsating like a heartbeat. The room hums with whirring and beeping from the giant radio device that seems to be built into the far wall. All sorts of strange mechanical components twist and turn around the radio, things which make no sense to you and seem almost otherworldly. The severed head on the machine takes another step closer, and from the small speaker you hear its tinny voice again.
Welcome. Now, why has Dr. Harding sent you? I thought we had an agreement.
He asked us to check in on you. I don't remember anything about a deal. Can you inform me about that?
This sounds very, very uncouth. Do you have the passphrase from Dr. Harding?
I know that Dr. Harding works at the pharmacy. Do I know anything else about him? Or I just know he's a pharmacist?
Why don't you give me just a no roll?
Okay. Well, I roll a 16.
That's really good.
Which is, it's a hard success.
You know that Dr. Harding was a professor at a college, but ended up leaving that job, was teaching at the Cedar Falls schoolhouse for some time, but then ended up becoming the pharmacist.
He seems like a chill guy. I'm sure he doesn't have any secrets.
Hearing this machine speak to us and Jonah kind of just going in like he knows what he's talking about, Adam is kind of shrinking. He doesn't know who Dr. Harding is. He doesn't know if, Jonah has dealt with this guy before and knows something that he doesn't. So Adam's totally backing off.
Jonah will make a quick look at you guys wide-eyed, I don't really know what to do here. Does this machine look like it can hurt us?
Why don't you give me a spot hidden check? It takes a few steps back, almost as if the head can move, it'd be kind of looking at you.
Your arrival has been foretold by the mother herself. Praise be to the mother.
And then you hear this uncomfortable string of mechanical sounds emit from the small speaker, almost like it's playing this fanfare for the mother.
My guests are very limited. I was not aware that you would be arriving this early. Welcome, guests. Adam, Archibald, Jonah.
Thank you for having us. By the way, Matthew, I failed the spot hidden.
Okay.
When Archibald hears that he knows our names, he flinches a little, and he just goes up and asks, I'm sorry, but what exactly is your purpose? What do you mean you've been waiting for us? You're welcoming us in.
I have received word from the mother. She knows you are arriving. She has been told by the one of your involvement and looking in. She knows that Archibald and Jonah are marked. I welcome you.
Do you have a name?
Oh, yes. My apologies. How rude of me not to introduce myself. My name is Paul.
The head that's in the jar, do I recognize that? Is it really decomposed?
It's not like super decomposed. It seems like it's not decaying super quick in this like jar, but it looks like it's been dead for a while. You do not recognize it. Adam and Archibald, why don't you guys go ahead and give me spot hidden checks as well as you're sort of taking in all of this stuff.
I got a hard success.
Okay, I failed.
Adam, you see a plethora of things as you're looking around and sort of taking a step back from this. The first thing that you sort of notice is that many of the pieces that are attached to the radio are made of a metallic white material. And you instantly recognize this as the same type of material as the coin that you guys obtained on the train.
Oh.
You also notice that there is something attached to the front left leg and the front right leg of Paul. One of them seems like it's some sort of probe, maybe some sort of probe-like weapon, but it does not appear to be armed. And on the other leg, there are 5-inch-long metal needles that protrude sort of from a joint.
Paul, I'll just be honest with you. We don't really know why you're waiting for us.
To be quite honest, I don't know either. See, the mother was informed that the one knew of your involvement with the Covenant, and that you had been going around town inquiring things, and that there was a high probability, over 99.875% chance, that you would find this place and find me. She had told me to expect the three of you, and to welcome you as though you were high members of the Covenant itself.
Even me?
Yes, even you, Adam. Though you may not be marked, your two companions are marked. And the mother and the one both see high value in you, and the way that you are dedicated to your friends, and the positive livelihood of those around you.
Paul, did the mother make you?
No, I made myself. I once looked like you, just a regular man. But then I sought knowledge to extend my life. I was given knowledge from the one who gave me extreme ways of understanding and knowledge. I was able to take unknown materials that he gave me from the lake and mechanical components from town and make this machine, this radio, and body to keep myself living for a long time. I am very old and now am more just a messenger, unable to leave this cellar. But I am happy with my life. I have been given the knowledge and an extended life.
Paul, how long have you been alive?
May I inquire as to what year it is?
1927?
Ah, I see. I am at least 85 years old.
This is too weird.
Just for my clarification, Paul, how long have you been in this form, as opposed to your prior, I'm assuming, human form?
Yes, I have been as the thing you see before you, this mechanical contraption, for 35 years. This is not the sort of thing that you would see regularly. No, I have not seen outside in 35 years, but I assume your technology has not advanced far enough yet without the full knowledge of the one.
I certainly haven't seen anything like you before, Paul.
That makes sense. He comes from beyond the stars. His knowledge is vast. Technology, more advanced than anything humans know. He is a god, sharing gifts with us. Praise be to...
What's the radio for, Paul?
I broadcast information directly from the mother to the Covenant.
Do you happen to use any certain frequencies to do so?
Yes. 2, 3, 2, 5.
Paul, if you don't mind me asking, how frequently do you use the radio?
I broadcast twice a week if I get information from the mother.
And how does the mother communicate with you? Do she just speak to you in your mind, or does she come through the radio?
I suppose a bit of both. Do you see that white metallic material that has been transfixed into the radio?
And when he says that, now both Archibald and Jonah, you see it as well as Adam did.
Yeah, we see it.
That is a special material given by the One. It helps to be a conduit for the mind of the mother. It brings her knowledge and brainwaves to the radio, which I am then able to plug into, transmit into my brain, and pass on to Covenant members.
You're connected to the other side.
Yes,
Oh, shit.
I am the voice that goes both ways. They give me information to give to the Covenant. The Covenant gives me information to give to the Mother.
Are you the only one that can do this?
Yes,
You must be really important to the Covenant.
I suppose so. I think part of it is that I asked the right questions, gained the knowledge, and longer life, with a body that had the ability to withstand the communication between two planes of reality and higher beings such as the Mother and the One.
That is just absolutely fascinating. So if you don't mind me asking, how did you come to meet the one from beyond?
I had a dream for 9 nights. He showed me the end of the world, the things that would be lost, the ticking clock of doomsday arriving, pointed at Cedar Falls, and then the rest of the world. I believed in him in that moment, and from every moment forward.
You said that he showed you the end of the world, and now correct me if I'm wrong. You're a technologically minded person, right?
That is correct.
What sort of proof did the one from beyond show you that the world is even gonna end? I mean, do you have some sort of device that predicts it, or what? Did he just show you a vision?
An interesting question. May I ask a counter question before I answer yours?
I suppose.
Has he not given physical evidence to you to prove of the claims that he is making?
I would say no.
But thank you for your response. It is quite interesting to hear the different experiences that are given amongst different folks. Now, I will answer your question.
And you see that its spider-like mechanical legs start to move, and the whole body just sort of strafes sideways. And you see beneath it, there is this sort of just like big wooden plank that seems to be covering something.
If you would be so kind as to move this plank, I stand guard over evidence of his claims.
Let's
lift it.
Yeah.
The three of you all bend down and grab a side of this large, decayed piece of wood and move it. And as you do, you see that there is what essentially seems like this large cylinder dug out of the ground that goes on for an extreme length. And at the bottom, there is this faint sort of purplish light, and it radiates this just horrible, bone-chilling cold. Like the minute that you move this piece of wood off of it, the whole room just becomes freezing cold. And it feels unlike anything that you have been able to witness before. The mere depth of this thing seems impossible for the earth itself, and the color, while sort of having this purple that you've seen before, seems just somewhat off, like your mind isn't fully comprehending what is below you.
Paul, how did you get this here?
I did not do this. I do not have the capability to do this. This thing was created by what slumbers in the ground to destroy our world. Vents like these are popping up all over Cedar Falls and soon to spread throughout the United States, then the rest of the world, venting the power of the thing that lives beneath the earth before it fully emerges.
Just so I'm understanding correctly, you're using these vents to delay the rise of this creature?
No, that is incorrect. The thing that lives beneath the earth, it is radiating large amounts of power, forcibly evacuating it from its shell, forcing it from the depths of the earth upwards. These are the pathways that the power comes through. They are vents.
How exactly does this power manifest itself in our world? Is this where the monsters that appear come from?
The monsters. You will need to be more specific.
Where does the clinger come from?
Do you refer to the humanoid bat-like creature with a set of double wings, barbed tail, and razor claw?
Yes, the thing that almost killed me. A member of your covenant.
That is very unfortunate to hear. Very, very upsetting. Yes, the clinger, that is a good nickname for it. This clinger is one of many species birthed from the mother. One of the many things that inhabited the place where the one lived before it came to Earth. The mother births them, repopulating the other side, making essentially a second world that the one lives on. Sometimes these creatures are able to go between the rifts of reality, going from the other side to Earth.
I'm having a hard time right now, Paul. You're telling me all of these gifts, and there's no way, no new technology he could show you that'll stop this thing? We just have to let it happen?
An interesting question. I listen to what he tells me. I understand that I do not see the full picture, as I'm sure you've been told by many members of the company. However, I will say, I first thought you were emissaries of Dr. Harding, because he is attempting to prevent what is happening, though it is going very slowly, and most of what he's doing is opposing the Covenant, which I do not allow. However, there are times when I collaborate with him to help him with his mission.
Well, that doesn't seem very good on the Covenant's part. You would think they would want to stop this thing and help Dr. Harding, but instead they don't agree with him, so they don't help him?
They believe Dr. Harding is a madman, which, by all reasoning, he is disgraced from his previous places of employment, tapping into the dark powers that the Covenant does not dare.
That's rich coming from you. You cultists.
Cultists. Sure. Whatever you need to tell yourself. We have our different beliefs, our different priorities, which, speaking of, I need to make a broadcast. If you'll excuse me for a moment.
And he starts to walk over towards this giant radio. You hear this clicking, almost like he's plugged into it.
I'm gonna be saying this like hush whispered. Do we want to maybe sabotage this place? I mean, if he is communicating with the Covenant and the Mother, doesn't seem to be necessarily in our best interest. But also, we don't have all the answers, so I don't. Whatever you think is best, I'll back you guys up.
He does seem to know a lot, and he could be useful, but he says he's the only conduit between the Covenant and the One. There could be value in cutting off that communication. The power the One has shown us, I'm sure he wouldn't think twice about finding another conduit, making someone else into Paul 2.0.
He looks dangerous. I mean, he's got some sort of ray gun and needles coming out of him. I mean, he looks like... I don't even know what he looks like. I don't think we're prepared enough to do anything about him.
You hear the voice of Paul once more as he's essentially plugged into the radio.
Chapel, tomorrow night. Mother asks for all to be in attendance. The time is drawing ever closer. Final preparations are needed. Praise be to the Mother. Praise be to the One.
And he has a little, electrical zapping sound as he unhooks from the radio and turns back towards you.
My apologies. I tried to stay on schedule. Now, what was it that we were discussing?
Paul, you mentioned earlier about this white metallic material, and I point to the radio with it. I have this coin here. It seems to be of the same material. Would I be able to communicate with the One using this?
Oh my! You have a covenant membership coin. That is very special indeed. No, that does not guarantee a direct line, though it is a sort of conduit. It does help to concentrate the energies of the thoughts of the One and the Mother. I suppose if you found a way to use material like that, you could have some sort of communication. But on its own, it is mostly just a symbol of membership, patented by both Warren Proctor and Dahern.
What was that second name?
Warren Proctor and Dahern.
Have I ever heard the name Gahern before?
That means nothing to you.
Paul, I've never heard of Gahern. I've been in this town for a while. Do you happen to know what Gahern does in Cedar Falls?
He does not exist in Cedar Falls. He is on the other side.
At this point, Adam is fed up. He's had enough. And he's just gonna let out a big sigh and say, y'all, I gotta take a second. I'm just gonna go stand. I'm gonna get some fresh air. Keep talking to him for as long as you need. I'll just be up there.
If you need anything, holler. We'll be right there.
Yeah, don't go too far. I don't like us splitting up.
I'm just getting fresh air. I gotta get out of here. And I'm going to, angrily stomp up the stairs.
As you go up the stairs, you hear this sort of high-pitched crying coming from the second floor, from what you just assume is the doll, as you sort of walk upstairs and get onto the main floor. And there's immediately just sort of this cross breeze from all the broken windows, and the snow has not stopped, and the wind seems to have picked up again, and it's almost like a slap in the face with how real this cold feels compared to the cold that you felt when you had looked into that bottomless pit. There's a different sort of sense of cold. Like, this is very tangible versus the one when you looked into the pit felt like otherworldly. That,
combined with the sound of crying, Adam is going to just go outside. He just can't take it.
Back in the cellar with Archibald and Jonah.
I'm surprised you've never heard of him. He is extremely important, though I guess maybe perhaps his existence is a little more Hush, hush.
Well, Paul, we saw the one in our dreams. Is there any explanation why he didn't mention this important person to us?
Perhaps it is because Gahern is, in some ways, both man and, as you would say, monster. He has drunk the blood of the one, transforming him, opening his eyes to the full picture of his purpose. He is a prophet. It is very rare for anyone to see him or talk to him.
Have you spoken to him?
Once. And only once.
What did he tell you?
December 5th, 1927.
Is that all he told you? Is just the date?
I asked him when the end was. He did not elaborate.
That's huge, guys. That's huge.
I can't believe we wasted 9 days in a dream. Kind of effed up.
It's kind of a cool time skip mechanic, though. Like,
Yeah.
put fucking dream for 9 days? Like,
Now, I am under the impression that the three of you have been invited to chapel. Is that correct?
We have been invited to chapel. Actually, the three of us have 3 separate locations for chapel.
Yes, that makes sense. Are you first time visitors?
Yes, we're all first time.
First time visitors are taken to specific places. They are then given entry by high ranking members.
do you think the Covenant would have much of a problem if we all decided to go together to one place?
I think that might bog things down logistically just a little bit. You see, you don't just necessarily walk in a door to get to chapel. Well, unless you know a way. But anyway, you have to be taken there by high-ranking members. They what is the right word? Teleport you in. They cast signs using the magic of the one to bend space and time to take you to another location hidden in Cedar Falls.
They're a pretty big organization. I think they can take all 3 of us at once.
If I might interject here, Paul, you said if we go to these locations, we would have to wait for an elder member to sort of take us across some sort of portal, but you also mentioned there was a form of physical entry. Would you be able to tell us more about that, and if maybe we can take that without any of the council members?
Yes, I think I can do this. You all seem to be on the same side. Two of you have the mark and have accepted at least the hand. You have all been invited to chapel. I believe that you having physical entry makes sense. Yes, I can show you how.
His mechanical legs start to tap across the ground, and he walks over to a wall, and you see that there's sort of this little probe that comes out of one of his other legs and pushes into a part of the stone wall, and it pushes back a little bit, and you hear it click. And then you see a small passageway appear, and it seems just large enough for you to crawl through.
If you go through here, then you can find the passage beneath the lake using the hatch under the black tree. If you follow the purple path, it will take you to chapel. However, be warned, there is the door that blocks the entrance to chapel. A heavy stone door, completely filling the entryway. No opening on any side. Only accessible if you cut your hand and rub your blood on a symbol in the top left corner and repeat the following phrase. Titim, Tedolbat, Gnaglit, Gem Ig.
Well, Paul, I appreciate that, and that us getting to see Chapel before Chapel members arrive might just garner some trust on our end from the Covenant. You know, me and Archibald here have a little bit of trust in the one, but people are a bit more fickle than that. So I appreciate your olive branch.
Of course, I am happy to do so. Now, you should regain your friend. Go through this here. You will emerge in the woods. Look for the black tree. Beneath its roots is the passage to the chapel. Good luck. May the light and love of the mother guide you.
Jonah does not say it back, and he goes upstairs.
Archibald and Jonah, you guys ascend the stairs, and you two hear the wailing of the doll from upstairs, and it sounds almost like these piercing screams of a crying coyote. It is just like a terrifying, inhuman sound of these cries. And you see that Adam is standing outside the front door in the early evening air.
Are we done here?
Not quite. I look over at Jonah. We actually found a way to get into chapel tonight. When no one's there, we can use that as a chance to scope out the place, instead of going in blind tomorrow.
And importantly, we'd be going together.
Yes.
Okay. That sounds great.
I hope you're okay with tight spaces.
No, they're fine. I just don't like the ocean. We head down into the basement and start through the hole.
So you guys climb into the small crawl space, just barely squeezing in. Who is going in first?
I'm okay with going in first.
So Archibald, you go in first, and you can smell this fresh air wafting through the cramped tunnel, an indication that somewhere ahead is the outside world. And for what feels like forever, but realistically is only a few moments, you crawl through this oppressive darkness, shuffling along smooth stone brittle with rat feces and bones of small animals. And eventually you arrive at a solid wall and realize that the tunnel splits into two passageways, a left and a right.
Guys, there seemed to be a fork in the tunnel here.
This tunnel leads outside, right? Is there any direction that has a draft?
Yeah, I do feel a bit of a draft from the left tunnel.
I think that's the direction we head in then.
You guys head through this new passageway and eventually up a fairly steep incline until, Archibald, you push aside a wooden hatch and emerge into the woods. And you find yourselves back in the woods, much like you were a few days ago when you were drawn to the lake. And you feel this chilling, snow-ridden evening wind rushing past you, brushing the leaves of trees and whispering between the branches. And just like the last time you were in the woods, it feels just sinister. The wind is colder and louder. The ground seems to depress further as you stand into it, as if made completely of mud. And the waterfall not too far away pours into the stream violently, making a nasty, churning, gurgling sound. Tall trees surround you every which way, darkening the space even further.
Gentlemen, I think we head to the lake. That's where Paul said the tree was. I think we head this way.
So as you guys begin to head towards the lake, can I have all three of you give me spot hidden checks to try and find this black tree in the evening darkness?
I got a hard success.
Please let me succeed. I need successes on spot hidden. Brother in Christ, I'm never going to get a spot hidden increase ever.
I fail.
So, Adam, you see pretty close to the lake that there is this massive tree with pitch black bark. And between this shingle-like bark, there's like this ever so faint green glow shining from within it. And you see at the base of the tree there are some roots that seem to cover up a wooden hatch.
Y'all, I found it. And I'll start pulling the roots to get the hatch free.
You're able to open this hatch, and you see that there is a ladder. that descends further into the ground.
I'll turn to everybody and say, who wants to go first?
Take the lead on this one. And down the rabbit hole we go.
You descend the rotting wooden ladder deep into the ground. The air is cool and damp, and everything seems to echo through these passageways. You've landed in a square room or chamber of some sort. The 3 surrounding walls are made of a singular smooth stone slab, with the symbol of the offspring carved in the center. Directly in front of you, you can see that down the first stretch of hall that every so often there are these small holes dug out in the wall, and shimmering lights seem to be suspended in it. And down the hall is another room, though from this far away it's impossible to really tell what's in it.
In the hallway, on either wall, there are holes that have suspended lights.
Yes. And not just like suspended lights like light bulbs, almost like floating orbs of light.
Jonah will approach the hallway.
You walk through the dirt passageway, the ground little more than just wooden planks with a thin layer of purple paint on them, until you reach a second room. As you walk under the arched opening, you feel things around you become exceptionally damp and cool, even more so than when you entered. And you immediately realize why this is the case. Directly to the left of you is an opening in the chamber, like there is no left wall. Instead, there is some sort of shimmering, semi-translucent barrier that exists. It creates a barrier between you and the tunnel and the lake, almost like an aquarium. You can tell that the lake has this innate faint green glow, though it doesn't seem to appear to light up your chamber at all. You see the silhouettes of fish rapidly swimming around in continuous circles, as well as these larger silhouettes of something that you've never seen before. And then BAM! Something slams into the barrier. It echoes in the chamber and presses directly against this barrier, and you get a good look at it. It's a giant, unblinking, irisless eyeball, just like you saw when you were on the train. Its nervy tendrils slither against the barrier as if reaching for you. Then it turns around and swims back towards the larger silhouettes.
Is there anything, like when we're in this room, is there anything directly, like on the across wall or on the right wall?
On your left is that opening, almost like that shimmering barrier of the aquarium. In front of you is a passageway, and to the right of you is a passageway that seems to make a 90-degree turn.
Where does the purple path lead?
The purple path leads to the right, and there is green paint on the pathway in front of you.
I think we should trust Paul and follow the purple path.
Are we sure that Paul was telling us the truth? I mean, if that ultimately leads us to the chapel, I think maybe we can try the green path and then come back. Since we have time, I mean, no one's going to the chapel today, right?
It's a good idea to follow the purple path now, because we supposedly are being told that's the direction to go. But we now know of a green path. We could potentially ask Paul later about the green path if he knows anything about it.
Well, that's all well and good, but it's not like time is our most valuable asset right now. Who knows how long the purple path will take? I just think we're here now. It makes sense to try it.
Adam, what do you think?
Maybe there's something we can figure out by exploring this place. You all talked to Paul about taking the purple path, but we might as well have a look around, I think.
If you guys think that's best, then like I said earlier, I'll back you up. Let's go down the green path.
Before you guys go, Nathan, this is your chance to redeem yourself. Can I have all of you guys give me a spot hidden check?
It's so bad. It's a 94.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I got a success.
I got a success.
Adam and Archibald, as you guys are peering through this translucent barrier, you see something really, really dark in the water. And at first, you can't tell what it is because the water is already so dark and murky itself. But then, once you sort of notice this thing, it's so obvious. You realize that there is an object, this massively monstrous object, and it looks almost like a butterfly chrysalis.
Archibald, you don't think that is the one from beyond, do you?
Whatever it is, I don't want to know what happens when it comes out of whatever shell it's in.
And as you guys are standing and admiring this strange scene, something else slaps on the top of the barrier. You see these two unbelievably long, lanky arms, each with 8 spindly fingers, equipped with claws at least half a foot in length. Adam, you immediately recognize these as the same arms that came out of Loretta, that came out of your loved ones, and that you had in your memory from when you were drowning.
There's no way. There is no way that anything this cult is doing is good for anyone. I just don't understand how people are so easily influenced by it.
These arms start to crawl down from the top of the barrier, creeping further and further down and seemingly going on for a long time. Whatever's attached to these arms that you have yet to see begins to peek out. You see this tip of some sort of fleshy glob, but then suddenly the creature swims away as the lake itself seems to rumble and vibrate and glow green. And now, Jonah, you can see it too, very clearly, the silhouette of this ginormous chrysalis in the lake.
All right, y'all. Let's hurry up.
I think we've seen enough here.
You guys go down this green path and enter the third room. You see that the ground in this chamber is just one large plank of wood. You instantly recognize the symbol carved onto this wood, the 10-pointed star that was at the Preston Manor. At each point, a purple wax candle sits unlit. Written around the circumference of the symbol is the strange hieroglyphic language you've seen in Kirk Webber's journal. In the center of the overlapping stars is the language you saw with the 10-pointed star and papers found at the old farmhouse. The wall has this plethora of hollowed out spaces, each seemingly holding some sort of scroll in them.
It's interesting.
Archibald, can I have you make me a Cthulhu Mythos roll?
I fail.
You are unable to make out the written language in the center of the stars, but the hieroglyphics that surround it seem so familiar, and you've acquainted yourself with them. Can you make me an intelligence roll?
Hard success.
You read these hieroglyphics, and they say, "With flame ablaze, recite the inner spell, and happily accept the knowledge." And as you read this, all of a sudden, the words in the center make sense.
This language is... we've seen this before, but I think we need to light these candles. I have a good feeling about this is what we need to do.
Do you know what the writing says, Archibald?
It's kind of vague. It says it has answers for us.
If you think it'll help, Archibald, go for it.
Trust you. If you think this is a good idea.
Just, Archibald, please be careful.
Yes, of course. You guys know that I'm on your side, right? I start lighting the candles. As I'm lighting them, I'm like, look, I know it's crazy, but I think this can really help us. I know this will help us. And I light them all, and then I glance over at them one more time, and I look back at the star, and I start reciting the inner spell that I now know.
Adam looks worried. Adam looks really, really worried.
Ten van rela kepgej, mod siv gem ig, nief gem siv.
As soon as he finishes reciting this phrase, a scroll unsheaths itself from a hole in the wall and levitates towards him. It unfurls, and Archibald, you see a handwritten note clearly in the script of Mary Hill as you've seen before in the farmhouse. The words burn into your eyes as your mind absorbs the knowledge written into the paper. You can feel your brain soaking it up like a sponge. Suddenly the scroll explodes with fire and the candles around you flicker brighter and brighter, encircling you in a ring of fire and then quickly extinguish. The scroll is gone, but the knowledge is forever imparted into your brain. You've learned a new spell.
Archibald, are you alright?
Archibald's eyes are still sort of rolled back a little bit, and you see almost the reflection of fire. Despite the fact that it's all extinguished, it seems to be holding there for another minute. Then his eyes snap back again, and Archibald, you feel so full. If you've lost any HP, you are back to full.
I feel incredible, Jonah. Yeah, I feel great.
Adam is pressed against the wall.
Oh, I'm sorry if I scared you. Yeah, I thought this would help us. I feel really a lot better now than I did before, but I'm afraid I didn't get any answers as I thought I might have. And I look away as I say that because I know that I lied to them.
Are you sure you didn't get anything from that? I mean, it looks like it looks like something happened to you.
I'm afraid nothing that's useful to us. Why don't we go on ahead and get out of this?
You know what? I think I'm gonna say maybe let's just not do that again. Can we will you agree to that for me, Archibald?
Agree to? I'm sorry. I thought we were trying to find answers here. I thought this was going to give us an answer.
Right, and well, you said it didn't, so I figure maybe let's just leave these things be for now.
Jonah, what do you think of all this?
I think we all need to take a deep breath. And Adam, I think Archibald appreciates the concern. I know I do. I know that didn't look like you got nothing out of it. But if you didn't get anything out of it, I believe you're telling the truth. I just hope it didn't take anything from you. But now that this room is settled, I think maybe we just progress to the next room. Put this aside. We are in a place we don't understand. Let's at least get through this room.
Yeah, sorry. I'm not doubting you or anything. I'm just worried is all. But you're right. Let's just move on.
As you guys enter the next room along this green path, you see that only one lantern provides any light in here, as those strange floating orbs of light don't appear anywhere. All the walls are dark paneled wood, and on the floor is this deep, rich purple rug, so deeply purple it is almost black. And on the far wall from where you just walked in, there's a pitch black mirror that hangs above a water basin, which rests upon a small pillar made of this strange white metallic substance.
I mean, y'all, this room is... I don't think this is anything new. We do still have that mirror that I found, but I'm not too keen on using it. By proxy, I am not too keen on using this thing too. I figure they'd probably do the same.
I think I would agree with you. I'm not sure what we can get out of this other than what we've seen already. Unless it magically shows us something.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much use we get out of it, but there's a chance we might be able to talk to Gehern. Of course, that's just a hunch. I don't know.
You make a fair point, but do we really want to talk to that person yet? Or at all? I mean, the communication that we've had with the One has been shaky at best when it comes to getting answers. I'm not sure. I'm not sure we need. For all we know, this mirror could be blowing our cover right now. We're in a place we're not supposed to be.
I think the presence of the white metal is going to enhance the connection somehow. So it just means it's even more dangerous.
You two make a good point. Yes, ultimately we're here to investigate the chapel, and preferably undetected. I agree. We shouldn't do anything to draw attention to ourselves.
I think we start on the purple path.
Yeah, let's head back to the purple path.
So you guys hang a right out of this room and start to follow a pathway marked by lightly purple painted wooden planks. Eventually you reach another room, and you see that there is a statue in the center of the room, and it depicts a lanky, headless creature with these long, spindly arms outstretched, the same ones you've seen numerous times now. Each of these arms connects to 8 taloned fingers. What's new, though, is that now you see this creature appears to have a tail that splits into 2 separate tails with sharp, pointed endings. And beneath this creature are these crudely carved statues of humans bowing at its feet. And a small fire burns in a basin at the base of the statue.
Can I do some sort of like a check on the statue to determine how old it is?
Yeah. I think an archaeology check would be perfect for that.
Yay. I rolled a 1.
Hell
What?
yeah.
That's amazing.
Wait, what?
With that one, with the best roll you can get, I'll tell you everything you want to know. So, you can tell that at one point, the statue did have a head. When you look at where the neck is, it appears that it did connect to something else, but over time, it has either been removed or was broken or something like that. So it's not just that this creature's headless, it was somehow removed. You can also tell that this only seems to be at most 2 to 3 decades old.
Based on my roll and looking at the statues of the people, how intricately carved is everything?
Yeah, that's a great question. So this creature seems to be carved with like the utmost care and detail, while the people bowing seem to be a lot less detailed and a lot more rushed, and they seem to be somewhat newer than the statue of the creature in the middle. Why don't you give me a spot hidden with advantage, since you got a 1 on your check, just as an extra little reward for rolling so well.
34, which is a hard success.
You see that around the floor there seems to be a lot of spots where there is dried blood. You also notice that the center of the room is a little more elevated and everything slopes around it, and that there are these almost little divots as drains in the 4 corners of this room.
I think this must have been some sort of sacrificial chamber, based on things I've seen through my travels. I think this must be maybe either the source or the reference for all of the creatures with arms that we've been seeing. And it seems that shedding blood does something. I do not think we should do that.
Jonah will take a picture of this statue thing. I do I'll roll a photography check.
Please do.
Wow, I actually failed it. I rolled an 80 and I have to beat a 75, so
You could spend 5 luck points or push your roll.
yeah, I'm just gonna push
Just push it.
my roll. I failed it again.
What?
Oh.
I rolled an 84.
As you go to take this picture, you accidentally break a piece of it. And unless you're able to repair this camera, will no longer be able to take pictures.
Shit. Well, gentlemen, I will not be able to take photos for a hot second till I get this checked out. Other than that, I did want to make note, does it feel contradictory that this statue exists in this place? Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't the one from beyond show us the end of the world and these creatures as some form of thing to scare us? Why are they here in a place that seems to be about the Covenant, about the one beyond?
Adam, like, through gritted teeth goes, he certainly did. I don't think there's much more we can learn from this room.
You guys exit this chamber and walk along the purple path into one more. It's a very large chamber, larger than any of the other ones you've been in. It's decorated with another rich purple rug that covers the entire ground. In the center of the room is a carved statue that seems to be emerging from the ground. It resembles a headless creature with long, spindly arms outstretched, while holding a long stone slab. You see that a nude woman's body lies upon the stone slab. Most of her soft tissue is already decomposed, so at this point she's mostly skeletal. She has no hair, and any bugs that may have tried to eat at her body have already come and gone. You guys see that in her throat is some sort of sharp weapon, and the skin from her face is completely gone, carved off. Eerily similar to what you had seen outside of the mill.
I've had a thought. We've heard that Mary became the mother, but we haven't heard anything about what happened to Jane.
Can you describe the weapon that's in... You said there's like a weapon in her throat?
There
on the
is.
slab?
You realize that this weapon stuck into her neck is a stone slab about the size of your palm. The hilt is carved to look like a face, and there is a long white metallic blade that protrudes from the end and stabs into the neck of this woman. And Adam, you recognize this as the same thing that has been your good luck charm.
Oh. I'll pull it out and say, oh my God, I think this is, my good luck charm is the hilt of a dagger.
Why don't you give me an occult check?
We'll see if I can roll a 5.
Adam, as you were pulling it out of her throat, you realize that she has a 10-pointed star carved into her face, just like the other people did in front of the mill.
I rolled a 25.
Jonah will also make an occult check on it as well. I rolled a 74, I had to roll a 73. I'm just going to spend the luck point to give me a 73.
You recognize this as a sacrificial dagger, and you get the sense that there is some sort of magical quality with it.
Adam, have you ever noticed your artifact having any magical qualities? Because that, to me, seems otherworldly.
No, I can't say I have.
Otherworldly, you say?
Magical in nature?
Let me take a look at this.
Why don't you give me a Cthulhu Mythos roll?
My mythos is 5. I pass.
Wow, okay. So you can tell that this blade does some sort of blood transfusion. And I'll go ahead and just give you the stats for this. This weapon does a d4 plus 2 plus your damage bonus. And if this weapon does the killing blow, you can roll a d4 and gain back hit points equal to the number rolled as you transfer the lifeblood of the victim into yourself.
That's awesome.
Damn.
Adam is just gonna take the same like cloth that he has wrapped around the mirror and sort of take the dagger and put that in with it and just wrap it back up.
Wait. Adam. Hold on.
What?
Well, we don't want anyone to know that we were here, right?
We're not all thinking about going our separate ways to get to chapel, are we?
I do want to go to chapel tomorrow. And Paul made it seem like we couldn't all show up at the same spot tomorrow. As much as I hate splitting up, I don't know, it might make the most sense.
I'd really rather not split up.
What's wrong with taking this path that we're taking now to get to chapel?
What are we going to say when they see us come through here?
This is not an entrance people generally use. So if people that are not a part of chapel come through this entrance, it's going to look very, very out of place. I think this route is our getaway plan if things go south in chapel, if we decide to go tomorrow.
I still do not think that splitting up is a good idea, but I mean, if it's our only option with the hopes that we can use this as an exit, an abrupt exit, then I suppose I can suck it up, for lack of a better term. And you're right, Archibald. We should leave no trace. And I'll put the knife back. I don't even know what I was thinking taking this thing with me anyway. I guess it was just it looks just like my good luck charm.
As you stab this dagger back into the throat of this woman, you hear this airy, raspy gasp, almost as if she took a breath when you stabbed it back into her neck.
Oh, I did not like that.
I know you said this corpse was like a decomposed, but like how old potentially?
Yeah, why don't you give me either a medicine or a natural world?
Definitely rolling natural roll. I mean, that's actually not a terrible roll, but I still failed. I rolled a 25, I had to beat a 10.
Yeah, you can't really tell just how old this body is.
Is there a way to continue forward?
Yeah. So you see that there is only one way out of this room, and it is along a purple path.
Adam is gonna keep going.
Adam's going towards the door. I'm assuming Jonah's following them. And I stay behind, just kind of like looking around the room, like, okay, pretending to investigate. And I'm like walking around and I try to sneakily take the dagger for myself.
Why don't you just give me a stealth?
Oh, God. Okay, I fail. And I don't want to push it.
You pull this dagger out and you hear again that sort of raspy, gasping breath sound. And Adam and Jonah, you guys can hear this down the hallway.
Adam is just gonna it makes him flinch a little bit when he hears it. Come on, Archibald, don't mess with the body anymore.
I'm sorry, guys. I was just looking around. Yeah, let's get going. Hold it behind my back. Did Jonah see me?
Jonah is not gonna confront him. Jonah knows what he did, but Jonah's trying to play devil's advocate, man. Like, I'm trying to balance Adam's I'm not doing anything, and Archibald is burning fire through his eyes with scrolls and stuff.
Archibald, before you leave, can you give me a listen roll?
Oh, fuck.
Oh, I pass.
As you begin to walk away, you hear very, very soft clicking, almost like bones rubbing together.
Do I hear it like from behind me as I'm walking out?
You do.
Uh-oh.
I immediately whip my head around.
The body of this woman seems to have moved ever so slightly.
She does the Nosferatu sit up.
I just kind of like back away, like very slowly, keeping my eye on her.
So as you're walking backwards down this path, you see that very slowly she goes from laying all the way flat arms down at her side, legs straight out, and her left leg starts to bend up a little bit, and then her right leg starts to bend up a little bit, like she's preparing to sit up. Jonah and Adam, as you guys are walking down this path, you see that the purple path continues forward, and not too far from you, there is that stone door that Paul told you about. However, there is also a pathway to your right with a blue path and another stone door, just like the one that Paul told you about.
So there's 2 stone doors.
Yes, one directly in front of you down a little bit, and one to your right down a little bit.
Oh,
The one in front of you is purple, the one to the right of you is blue.
I'm going out on a limb here, Jonah. I think maybe this blue path might be the stone door to the speakeasy.
I mean, it could definitely be the case. That's the only other place I know of that we found a stone door.
We're going to cut back to Archibald 22 seconds before, while you guys were still mid-conversation. Archibald, you watch as this woman lifts her body up. So she's now sitting completely upright, and her head turns 180 degrees, and this almost completely skeletal face just stares at you and lets out this really long, breathy sigh.
Archibald holds the knife in front of him, and he's like shaking. Hello? What? Who are you?
She lets out another breathy sigh that all of a sudden has this wet raggedness, like she's choking on blood that doesn't even exist in her own body.
Upon seeing this creature come to life, and realizing that I am alone and my friends are nowhere in sight, Archibald will, instead of slowly backing away, he is going to like turn around and basically start running to catch up with his friends.
So we're going to implement a chase, which is the first time this has ever happened in the game. Each participant in the chase makes a constitution roll if on foot or other self-propelled mode, which you are. So will you give me a con roll?
I do get a success. It's a 35.
There's going to be no change to your movement speed for the duration of the chase. This creature also has a success, which means that they are not going to get any change to their movement rating. So both of your movement ratings are going to be as is. What is your move speed?
My move is an 8.
This thing's move is a 9.
No.
Adam and Jonah, as you guys are returning from this blue path, all of a sudden you see Archibald dead sprinting down the hall, being chased by this revived woman's corpse, gaining on him quicker and quicker and quicker.
Seeing Archibald dead sprint, Jonah will immediately go into, fight or flight mode. What's going on? And he sees this dead corpse of a woman that they just saw a couple minutes ago. And he will whip out his revolver and, as best as he can in the dim light and in the circumstances, take a pot shot at this thing.
Archibald, you are being pursued. Hot on your tails is this revived corpse, and you watch as Jonah pulls out his revolver, aims it forward.
Got a 34. I need to beat a 35.
And he shoots, and this bullet slams through the shoulder of this revived corpse. It throws her off balance. She stumbles for a moment, and you all have an opportunity to go through one of the 2 doors before she catches back up.
We gotta get to the door now.
You guys race down the hallway, this corpse creature scurrying along the floor, trying to regain on you. Who is going to try to open this door?
I'll do it. I will find whatever I have to slit my hand, and I'll run up to the purple door and slam my hand on the symbol in the corner.
You put your hand on the symbol of the offspring.
Tatim tedulbaat, genaglit gemig.
The blood runs into the engraved symbol of the offspring, and it soaks up the blood like a sponge. And you see the perimeter of the stone door shimmers a faint blue for a mere moment, and then descends into the floor, opening a passageway into an underground sanctuary as you guys run through. And then not even a mere few seconds later, this stone door goes back up, trapping the creature in the tunnels. You guys now see that chandeliers hang from a rich wood roof that covers this cavernous ceiling. The flickering of candlelight illuminates handcrafted benches, clearly the craft of a talented carpenter, that line either side of a deep purple carpet that stretches the length of the room and stops in an ornate altar at the opposite side of the entrance. Even from this far away, you can see that a set of large frame glasses are placed neatly upon the altar. The same glasses you saw the reflection of a swirling, godlike eye in when the train exploded. Thank you everybody for joining us for Tales of the Other Side, Chapter 9, Radiohead. I'm Matthew, I'm the Keeper.
I'm Nathan, and I played Jonah Thorogood, an investigative journalist. And oh my god, I actually hit a shot with my revolver. Oh my god. This is the start of a great future for Jonah being able to actually hit things.
I'm Nick, and I've played Archibald Bauer, a professor of anthropology from Boston and a public enemy number one.
I'm Noah. I play Adam Whitlock, archaeologist, husband, thief, and he's getting too old for this shit.
The next episode will be Chapter 10, Chapel Rome.
Goodbye, Purple Brick Road.